Today we're going to basically talk about the theology of marriage. But last night I started out with one of my sick jokes, so to speak. As you know, I'm humorous. I try to be humorous. And so every time the question of marriage comes up, some people come up to me and say, "Father, you should be married. Priests should be allowed to get married." And my response with an impish grin is, "You just want me to suffer just like you are, don't you?" My brother takes it one step forward, and he and his wife jokingly go at it. He quotes Archie Bunker. Archie Bunker, was a sitcom, and he's talking about the equality of men and women. And he says, Archie said, women were made from the rib bone of a man, a cheaper cut. And I got last night, "Father, there's the engagement ring, the wedding ring, and the suffering." And the wife is behind him, me. These types of attitudes, where there is an inequality, whether it's jokingly or whether people think it's real, comes not from Scripture, but from humanity. The inequality of the sexes, from the early Hebrew perspective, comes from the book of Genesis, after original sin. Humanity was supposed to be, the primary focus of God's covenant. By obedience to the law, by obedience to love, they are to show the world who God is. The warped sense of thinking, though, is that woman caused original sin, therefore she needs looking over, which means she is subordinate. Therefore, and by the time of Jesus, she is property. And Jesus says, no, let's go back to the very beginning. When God made Adam and Eve, He was making for each other a partner. And the word partner is inadequate. The Hebrew word is erez, which means partner or helpmate or completion. Woman completes what man lacks. Man, the husband, completes what the woman lacks. So together, as they become one body, this couple is the highest example of what humanity can be. Now, in practice, you and I know that this doesn't always happen. But in theory, this is what's supposed to happen. No one is subordinate to the other. They are the completion. Think about it this way. Couple's been married, over 50 years, and you could tell that they're very much in love with each other. One spouse dies. 6 months later, what usually happens? The other dies. Because he or she lost part of him or herself. When we look at marriage, we look at a union that is a reflection of God Himself. Jesus will take this type of relationship one step further. Instead of just being an example of God, Jesus will say, just as a wife and husband become one without any seams, so does God and his people. All of you who are married, I'd like you to think about today, have I truly complimented my husband or wife? Or have I tried to either be demanding or too subservient? Have I tried to be his or her equal? Have I tried to be one, not only with him or her, but also ultimately with the Lord?